Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. I am fighting the dying light, but we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering about for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside the truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, it's significant because I'm wearing my Wonderlic shirt. Which, if you are unfamiliar, I've worn this shirt in a few of my reviews. Wonderlic is a local kind of heavy rock band. I became aware of them like 2-3 years ago. I forget exactly now. They were opening up for, about 3 years ago now, yeah. They were opening up for a show. They were really the only opening band at that show that I took notice of. And then just by cool happenstance, they ended up opening at another show that I was at just a few months later. Extremely cool guys. I've been fortunate enough to see them perform a number of times. Obviously, I got some merch. I also have videos of their performances on my channel, just in case maybe you're interested in music stuff. But it's actually significant because, I'm actually going to a Wonderlic show. That's what I'm in the middle of doing in about an hour or so now. And it's a little bit of a somber affair just because this is going to be the last show that their drummer is officially in the band. He's moving on to other ventures and stuff. And I was here or there as to whether or not I was going to make the trek because it's really fucking far out of my way. But I was like, gotta be there. Drummer's a super cool guy. All of them are super cool guys. It's like I gotta be there, So, but anyway. What am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Well, I'd hoped to hit up an establishment or something, along the way, but the light situation being what it was wasn't going to let it happen. So I stopped off at a gas station and I got, boom, it's a sandwich of the sub variety. What with it being a sub sandwich, I have to preface it with 3 things very quickly. Number one, for probably about 2 years now, I have been going on sub sandwich adventures. And what that means is I've been going all around Illinois to basically every place that sells sub sandwiches, be they gas stations, chains, delis, the break room at my work. I've been trying out subs, I've been reviewing them, and then I've been uploading them to my YouTube channel. But not only I've been uploading them to my YouTube channel, this is where the second thing comes in, I also have them in a specific playlist called Subs for Subs. That is just for my sub sandwich reviews, so if you enjoy my sub sandwich reviews, first of all, thank you very much. Secondly, that's where they're at. They're all conveniently located. At the time I'm doing this, I have over 100. But, and this is where number 3 comes in, if that's not enough for you, if even over 100 sub sandwich reviews isn't enough for you, all you have to do is wait until Sunday. Why? Because Sunday is sub day. That is the day when I go over there and I upload my sub sandwich reviews. You're always going to get at least one. And I've only done one time. Usually I do 2, sometimes 3, sometimes 4. It depends on what I got in my backlog. So, with all that said, sub sandwich, I got this from a gas station chain called Olivia's Market, which there's not a lot of them around me, but every now and again I'll run into one. And this is from their Fresh and Tasty line. It consists of ham, American cheese, tomato, and mayonnaise. So for all intents and purposes, I'm calling this an American sub. Because that's effectively an American sub. And it also has lettuce on there too. I'm a little bit weary because, first of all, gas station sub. Second of all, they actually have veg in it. That is not usually a great thing for sub sandwiches in gas stations. But we're going to try it out and see how it goes. And I'm actually in the parking lot of a different gas station. Open! I appreciate you being well wrapped, but damn it. But done. Alright. Okay. So, it's not a terrible... it's got some freaking meat on it, but... Yeah, the actual meat itself is not very impressive. But can we get a thing for the thing? What kind of... Try to do this. Ha 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 ha! Yeah, let's try an American sub. You know, that's better than I thought it was going to be. Say what you want about American cheese. And people, blah, 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 I don't like American cheese. I don't give a shit about you. You're a communist and I hate you. Not really, but I don't know, maybe you're a communist. You can do what you want. I don't give a shit. But don't hate on American cheese. I love American cheese. Not saying for everything, but for certain things, it's the perfect cheese. For an American sub sandwich, it's got to be there. And I will give them credit. That is a thick piece of American cheese. It is very, very prominent, and it definitely helps make the sandwich. I was worried going into this, what with it being so bready, that really I wasn't going to taste much of the actual innards, but the ham tastes good. The American cheese is really nice. I haven't gotten any of the veg yet. Do get the mayo in there. Could have done with a little bit more mayo. That's just my personal opinion. I think a little bit more mayo would have helped amp it up. It is very bready, though. I mean, it's a gas... You know what? I say this. I was about to say, oh, well, you know, it's a gas station sub. It's like, but no, I mean, a lot of gas station subs are, like, really shitty and tiny and little. This one, at the very least, I mean, you're getting quite a bit for it. It also cost me $7, though, which at that point, that's basically just a sub. So, yeah. I'm going to try to get into some of the veg here. See if that's retained any of its flavor or if it's pretty much crapped out. Oh. A little bit. It definitely falls victim to that prepackaged sub issue where it's just, you know, veg is never going to hold over that well in that scenario. But the lettuce, to its credit, still has some crispiness to it. It's not completely just, you know, become mush. The tomato fared less favorably. It was there. I ate it. Light just came on. It really didn't give much flavor. You know, it was a little bit, but yeah. I mean, you know what? Sure. Genuinely sure. I don't hate it. I've had way worse gas station subs. Way worse. But two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? In certain circumstances, and kind of. So, like I said, I don't have a lot of Olivia's markets around, and I even then, I might be getting the name wrong. If I am, it'll be different in the title card, obviously. I'll look it up before I do it. I should have done it before I started doing the video. Too late now. But I believe they're Olivia's markets. Like, you know, I don't have a lot of them around me, so I'm not going to go out of my way for it, but I've had a lot worse gas station subs. Like, this is identifiably an American sub. Pretty much all the components are there. And while it's not the best incarnation of it by any stretch of the imagination, it's not bad. Like, there's nothing to hate about it, you know? For being what it is, I mean, you know, yeah, you could say, yeah, well, you could have had a little bit more meat in there. You could have. But the meat that is there is actually flavorful and, you know, it works. It is what it's supposed to be. You know, even if they're not directly calling it American sub, that's clearly what it is. So, you know, if I was driving back late from a concert, per se, I might grab him. I might grab one. I'd probably just get some Taco Bell or some shit, but, you know. And if I'm recommending it, you could do a lot worse than what Olivia's Market has on offer, at least as far as this particular sandwich. I can't vouch for their other ones yet. But you could do a lot worse. This one, yeah, it's a little skimpy on the meat. I think there could have been a little bit more mayo. The tomato probably didn't need to be there, but it's pretty tasty for what it is. It'll definitely fill you up on a trip. I think there's something to that. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there and have yourselves a truly American-tastic rest of your life. What with the American cheese and the American sub? Unless you don't live in America, in which case, I mean, do it, whatever your country is, do what you need to do. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we're faced with those situations, it's important we go over there when we can. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, the thing that I would like you to go out and do, if you're of so inclination, challenge yourself a little bit, folks. It just in different things in your life. Oftentimes, we become so comfortable in the lives that we create for ourselves that we forget that, we're not bound by as many restraints as we sometimes feel we are. And I'm speaking on this specifically because of the instance that I'm in today. I really wasn't planning on going to this show. I genuinely had other things that I was going to do today. But it was one of those things where, I didn't want to drive out that far. It's not an area that I'm all that used to. And for me, I'm a little bit of an anxious driver, But at the same time, it was I knew that if I didn't do this, I was going to regret it. This is going to be, potentially the last time that I get to see Wonderlic in their original incarnation. Might end up being the last time that, I end up seeing them, period. It depends on whenever they get a new drummer. So I knew that I wanted to be there. And I had to press myself to do it. It took a little nerve. But I know that if someone freaking like me can go over there and, do it, then I'm sure all you fine folks can do it too and reach even greater heights. Just don't cut your own opportunities short. Anyway, bye.